There's no one else I'd rather be next to for all of that than Goldie Hawn.
Goldie and Kurt are giving us major couple goals this morning.
Ariel Winter claps back about this dress.
Find out why.
Do you want to be his prom date?
Have you seen Kristen Bell's hilarious promposal yet?
Come inside Ben and Lauren's backyard makeover.
We've got your first look.
Plus,
we are flashing back to the best Kentucky Derby fashions ever.
happy Friday, people.com and Facebook Live. We made it, guys. That was a hearty Friday. That's right, we're excited. We've got a great show today, including an adorable moment from Kristen Bell, who helps out with the ultimate promposal for a lucky pair, which leads to our Facebook question of the day. We want to know, if you could go back in time, which celebrity would you want to go to prom with? Let us know in the comments below. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Behind the big hair, big acclaim, and even bigger personality, nobody knows Dolly Parton like Dolly Parton. And in a new book, Dolly on Dolly, Interviews and Encounters with Dolly Parton, it details her complicated rags to riches story. Now, the book is not authorized or endorsed by Parton herself, but rather it's a collection of interviews published over 5 decades of the 71-year-old country legend's career and compiled by editor Randy L. Schmidt. Now, here are some of the more surprising revelations detailed in the project. Dolly's dog, Popeye, stopped her from committing suicide. In the 1980s, after having a, quote, affair of the heart, which ended in heartbreak, Dolly struggled with her weight, suffered from serious health issues, canceled her tour, all while trying to get over the, quote, nightmare that was working with Burt Reynolds on the 1982 film The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Parton says that she was sitting in her bedroom one day when she eyed her handgun for a long time before finally picking it up. At that moment, she says her dog Popeye came running up the stairs, saying in an interview, quote, the tap, tap, tap of his paws jolted me back to reality and I suddenly froze. I put the gun down, then I prayed. I kind of believe Popeye was a spiritual messenger from God. Now, in the book, it also talks about Dolly going into detail about growing up poor and having to bathe every night because 3 to 4 kids would sleep together at a time and someone would ultimately pee the bed. In the winter, they would bathe with a pan of water, and in the summer, they would bathe in the river. Dolly says, quote, that was the only warm thing we knew in the wintertime. It was our most pleasure to get peed on. The interview book, book also reveals that Dolly Parton has always had an open mind when it comes to sex. Though she won't say the age when she lost her virginity, she admits that she grew up fast and learned about sex from her older cousins, her uncles, saying this, I always had an open mind about sex, and we all did. It was not a vulgar thing. And in the book, Parton admits that she thinks of her trademark appearance as a, quote, gimmick, saying this, I've never thought of myself as being a sex symbol, and I don't want to have to be a beautiful woman like Raquel Welch. As far as surgery goes, Parton said that her breasts are real, although she's had them lifted. She admits, though, to nips and tucks, liposuction, and collagen injections. Now, guys, we move on to this. Take a look.
There's no one else I'd rather be next to for all of that than Goldie Hawn.
Look at that. After 3 decades of dating and nearly 50 years in show business, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell received stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in a special joint ceremony. Speaking at the ceremony, Russell gushed about his longtime love. Watch this.
Simply put, Goldie, I cherish you. And all the stars in the sky or on the boulevard can't hold a candle to that.
Now, how smooth is that? And check out what Goldie had to say about the big day.
Did we just get married? We've never had a celebration like this before. But I'm not going to pop the question, I swear. We've done that.
I'm still pushing for a Kurt and Goldie wedding because that would be a pretty epic party. And while the pair have famously never married, they did open up about the secret to their 33-year relationship. Watch.
If we actually knew anything, we would make $1 billion by expressing it. We don't know any more than anybody else. We've been together this period of time. We enjoy each other's company. We get mad at each other. We love each other. We do all the things that people who I think, are in love and want to be together for a long period of time too. That's I have no idea. I have no answer for you.
How about you?
Well, I like it because it brings me my coffee in the morning.
I do that. Cappuccino every morning.
Love them. And coming up, Goldie's daughter, Kate Hudson, and Reese Witherspoon are sharing their sweet and hilarious remarks about Goldie and Kurt, so stay tuned for that. Well, Modern Family star Ariel Winter got lots of backlash when she wore this full-on glam outfit to a screening of the season 8 finale of her hit show, and she is not having it. Ariel posted a response to her haters on Instagram saying, "Why the expletive does anyone care that I didn't dress casual like everyone else for the panel? Why do I have to be like everyone else? Why can't people just let other people feel good about themselves and do what they want? Wear whatever you want, people. As long as you feel good about yourself, that's what matters. I know I did. Don't ever let anyone stifle who you are and how you express yourself." Rant over. Now, Winter came under criticism for wearing a mini dress with a high neckline and a deep plunging cutout compared to her Modern Family co-stars that opted for more casual looks. Look, I think she looked great. It's a bold look. She looked great. She can do what she wants, and good for her for standing up for herself. Starbucks Unicorn Frappuccino. It may have been magical for some, but one Brooklyn coffee shop is saying it put a bad spell on their business in a $10 million lawsuit. Brooklyn Cafe The End claims in the federal suit that its customers assumed that their unicorn latte was a copycat or a knockoff of Starbucks' pink and blue drink named also after that mythical creature. According to the New York Daily News, the suit says unicorn lattes hit the market in December 2016. Starbucks debuted the Unicorn Frappuccino on April 19th. The lawsuit claims the coordinated social media blitz orchestrated by Starbucks drowned out the fame that any coffee shop in Brooklyn could obtain. This widespread confusion was made worse by the derision and ridicule that Starbucks Unicorn Frappuccino encountered upon launch. The New York Post reports that records show the End's owners applied to trademark the name on January 20th, but the application is still pending. Now, according to court papers, the Unicorn Latte contains cold-pressed ginger, lemon juice, dates, cashews, blended with additional healthy dried ingredients such as maca root, blue-green algae, and vanilla bean. That's what the suit explained. While Starbucks Unicorn Frappuccino is a concoction of milk, artificial sweeteners, color additives, and pinches of fruit juice concentrate for flavor. Now, a rep for Starbucks refuted the lawsuit, telling TMZ the suit is without merit and its drink was inspired by many unicorn-themed foods and drinks that have been trending on social media. I have not known a unicorn to make this much sort of
a controversy,
kerfuffle since the My Little Pony series.
I was gonna say they look very pretty. All right, I haven't tried one yet though. All right, let's check in with Facebook Live in honor of Kristen Bell helping out with the perfect promposal ever, which you're about to see. We want to know, if you could go back in time, which celeb would you want to go to prom with? Michelle says Vin Diesel.
That's a good one. Tara says Chris Pratt would be the best prom date.
Samantha says, can I go to prom with both Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell? I don't know, maybe you can.
Learn to love each other for a very long time if you did that. I say Kelly Kapowski. All right, keep those Facebook comments coming in. Zac Efron. There you go. We're going to check in with you again soon. Andrea, though, first you have more trending news for us in Star Trek.
Yes, I do. We've got a Frozen-inspired promposal kicking off Star Trek this morning. Watch this. Christoph, do you want to tell her what she's won?
Sarah, there's something I wanted to ask you, but I didn't know the words, so Kristen Bell is going to help me.
She said yes. Talk about the best promposal ever. Kristen Bell, who took over Jimmy Kimmel Live hosting duties on Thursday, staged the ultimate setup for viewers Sarah and her soon-to-be prom date Michael. So during the show, Bell sent Sarah on an epic Frozen adventure to find her Kristoff, later revealing to the crowd that it was all a hoax and that Michael was secretly dressed as the handsome Iceman. She tells the audience, now to make things more dramatic, Sarah and Michael have never been on a date before. Sarah has no idea Michael is asking her to prom. This could go terribly wrong, but you've got to admit it would make great TV, right? Well, it most certainly did. The pair will receive a stretch limo to their prom, while Sarah will be helped by a glam squad, and Michael will be given a tuxedo rental. So congrats to the prom-tastic couple. You guys certainly won't want to let this night go. All right, on to this. Alec Baldwin paid a visit to the happiest place on earth this week, documenting the family trip with some heartwarming pics on Instagram. The 59-year-old father of 4 was all smiles as he shared one sweet photo with oldest daughter Ireland and youngest son Leonardo Angel Charles. The boss baby and wife Hilaria also shared photos of their 22-month-old son Raphael Thomas and 3-year-old daughter Carmen Gabriella. The tiny Baldwins can be seen having lots of fun with the many Disney princesses at the theme park. Safe to say it was a magical time had by all. Keep the pics coming, Alec. And speaking of adorable fatherly moments, watch this.
This is Diesel's Carpool Karaoke.
to get back home.
How cute is that? Vin Diesel and 2 of his 3 children showed off their family vocal chops in a Mini Carpool Karaoke session on Thursday. The fate of the furious actor sung along with his kids to Jennifer Hudson's rendition of the Beatles' Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, from the hit movie Sing. Ben Higgins and Lauren Bushnell have a new backyard to go with their adorable Denver abode. The bachelor couple has transformed their, quote, ginormous mountain of dirt into a chic and quaint oasis, complete with a fire pit, cozy outdoor seating, bar carts, and more. Bushnell, who runs her own fashion and beauty blog, tells people about the renovation, saying, "The fact that we now have a space that looks beautiful and is usable and is actually a place where I want to hang out, it's so exciting." Bushnell and her man teamed up with online home decor resource Birch Lane to transform the backyard, creating a comfortable and flexible alfresco hangout. A modern wicker living room set, woven hanging chairs, and even a wood pergola complement the couple's natural bohemian style. And as if the renovation couldn't get any better, Ben and Lauren have already thrown their first backyard party, recently hosting a casual cookout for friends and family. Well, here's to many more summer get-togethers at the couple's home. Congrats, Ben and Lauren. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Kate Hudson honoring her mom and Kurt Russell's unique relationship. Plus, Say Yes to the Dress is going to throw you for a loop as the bride brings along her fiance and his current wife to shop for the dress. Yes, it happens, and we have your exclusive first look.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
I always thought I'd be talking about them at like a wedding or something, but since a wedding doesn't seem to be in our near future ever, this may be my only opportunity.
That's Kate Hudson joking about her mom, Goldie Hawn's 33-year relationship with Kurt Russell that has somehow never led to a walk down the aisle. Kate wasn't the only star honoring Kurt and Goldie at the Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. Check out what Reese Witherspoon had to say about Goldie's influence on her life.
Since the first time I saw her on screen, Goldie has just inspired me. She's taught me to want more out of my life, out of my films, and she taught me to want more out of my career. And I became a producer because of her. She changed the possibilities of what women can do in film. So thank you, Goldie.
Very moving stuff there. And when Kate Hudson spoke about Kurt and her mom, she revealed just how important family is to them. Watch this.
These shining stars standing next to me that we call our parents, their real legacy is what they have instilled in us kids. Our tribe that they created, that they so vehemently protect and defend, the relationship they fiercely refuse to lose sight of together, and the deep feeling of love and nurturing they reserve for the most important thing we have in this life, family.
I love working with Zoe Saldana. We're kind of like sisters when we're working together. I mean, she literally teaches me how to look cool while I'm fighting.
What is the key to looking cool while fighting? Is there like a particular...
Okay. So there are many aspects to this, but if I were to strangle you, right?
Well, imagine.
Okay. Instead of this, it's this.
Oh, it's just the head tilt.
Honestly, that just changes everything.
The chin from straight on to...
Yes,
okay.
You look so
Did I
much
do it?
cooler. Whoa.
Yeah, guys, I am serious. I am available for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Karen Gillan, who fans know from Doctor Who, stars in this film alongside Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana, or as Guardian fans call them, Star-Lord and Gamora. So I had to ask Karen what's something we would be shocked to know about Star-Lord, also known as Chris Pratt. Watch.
He's very dedicated with his eating. That's not surprising, though, because
you mean in terms of like diet and keeping it?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I mean, he's regimented, so that's great. But I know that all he wants is a donut.
So, but doesn't eat it.
No, because he's so strict.
What does he eat? Is it like chicken breast and like lettuce?
You know what? I always see like meat, and I always see banana or apple with almond butter.
You have some epic fight scenes in Guardians 2 against Zoe Saldana's character. Who would actually win in a fight?
What, between the real life people?
Yes.
Oh, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
I mean, she would win hands down because she used to be a professional ballerina. So she's all like flexible and strong, and I look like spaghetti.
So there's an inherent, she's got the inherent sort of agility, perhaps.
Oh, she really does.
Zoe and Chris, both parents. Were the kids ever around on set? Did
Always.
You get to meet the family? Oh, really?
Yeah, Zoe's kids are always around, and they're so cute, and they're just running around looking at all the spaceships. Chris's kid is definitely around as well. It's nice.
Such a cute little boy.
I know, with his blonde hair and the glasses.
Yeah, adorable.
All right, guys, well, it's very exciting because the Kentucky Derby is this weekend. And while some may be very excited for the horse race, we're more pumped for that crazy Derby fashion. So check out the stars we're most excited to see. You know why I think he's gonna be a really great dad? He loves to entertain people. He loves to make people happy. Like even with myself, who was not a child at the time, but and my co-star who was 11, he was always just trying to like make us laugh and trying to make us happy and be fun to be around. And he was so good with her. So I feel like he's gonna love having kids because he'll just be like da 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 da. Do you want to see me sing? Do you want to see me dance?
Clooney, the singer-dancer, that is actress Britt Robertson, opening up to me about why her former Tomorrowland co-star George Clooney will be a great dad, and I think we can all agree with her. But these days, Britt is staying busy working alongside Charlize Theron on her new Netflix show, Girlboss. It's our Toyota People Pick of the day. The series is loosely based on entrepreneur Sophia Amoruso's life and her rise to success with the brand Nasty Gal. Now, Theron's an executive producer on the show, so when I chatted with Britt, she revealed the best piece of advice the Oscar winner has given her. Watch.
This is an original 1970s East-West calfskin motorcycle jacket in perfect condition. Know what your shit's worth? Because you just got played.
The first time I met her was at a table read, and I had to do 3 episodes, like live in front of all of Netflix and her and like her company and Sophia. So it was pretty miserable experience in terms of just being frightened. But she was so nice, and she actually called me on the phone right after the table read and just reached out to me and was like, here's my cell phone number. If you need anything, you can email me. Here are some interviews that I think might be helpful. These are some, things that you might find useful during the process. And she stayed very involved. She was like at all the rehearsals, and she even called me like the other day, just checking in on things with the production company and stuff. And she's just like keeps me very invololed.
That's really great. Have you taken her up on the offer at all? Is there like little text here and there?
That's exactly why I can't do that, because I feel as though if someone is lending their kindness to you and saying like, here, reach out to me, then I don't want to take advantage of that. So I only do it when I'm like, broken on the floor and have like some sort of groin tear, and I'm like, Charlize, I need a day off, sister.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But yeah, I try to not call her and bug her.
Number one, I'm going to say piece of advice or tip from her.
Okay.
Has there been a guiding sort of thing that she's given you that's helped the most through this process?
Well, it's funny. After the premiere, we were taking a picture together, and she just said, hopefully there's a season 2, and if there is, I want you to be really involved. Whatever that means for you, just stay involved, stay curious, stay active, and I think that's a really good piece of advice.
such an amazing story, and Katie is joining us now via Skype from South Carolina. Good morning, Katie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for joining us. So, Katie, we saw you take one seedling, grow it into a huge 40-pound cabbage. You were only 9 years old, able to feed a lot of people, and then you expanded your idea and grew Katie's Crops into a large nonprofit that stretches across the country. So how does it feel that Katie's Crops is so big now? Did you ever expect this?
I can honestly say that never in a million years did I ever expect any of this to happen. But I'm just so blessed to have been put on this journey, and I think that when I received that cabbage seedling, that everything happens for a reason. And I picked that cabbage seedling and donated it to a soup kitchen and was set on this path for a reason. And I've met so many incredible people, and it's just been such an incredible journey that continues to grow every year. And I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Amazing. So what is the reaction from the people in the shelters when you deliver all of this food to them?
The people in the shelters have become like a second family to me. So I love getting to see them and provide them with fresh produce. And they give me hugs, and they're just so nice and so gracious. And I love getting to see them and hear how they're doing. So it's always great when I get to donate food and do door-to-door deliveries and directly to families in need. That's one of my favorite things to do.
I love that. You do a lot of this by yourself, but your parents are active in helping you grow this organization. What has their support meant to you in Katie's Crops?
Their support means the world to me. When I was 9 years old and I approached my parents with this idea and said my one cabbage helped to feed 275 people, now imagine how many people a garden could feed. Can I start a garden in our backyard? And every time I asked if I could do something else, they never once said, Katie, you're only 9 years old. This seems like a really big task. Are you sure that you want to do this? Are you sure that you can do this? They were always so supportive and so amazing, and never once told me there was anything that I couldn't do. And they always helped me in any way that they could. So I wholeheartedly believe that without their support, none of this would have been possible, and Katie's Crops would not be where it is today in 100 states, in 100 gardens. So it's just so incredible.
It's so great that you have their support as well. What are some ways that people at home can get involved and help Katie's Crops continue to grow?
We would welcome all the support that we can get on our website, which is katiescrops.com, and both have a K. There is a wish list of ways that people can help and support and things that we need to help us continue to grow. And there's also opportunities on there of things that we have going on, local events, and other ways that people can donate and help and support. And if anyone has any extra fresh produce or any canned goods or anything like that left over in their house, we always welcome them to donate to their local soup kitchen or food pantry to help feed those in need in their community as well.
Well, Katie, thank you so much. I love what you're doing. And you guys, for more information, please visit www.katiescrops.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
All right, let's check in with Facebook Live one more time. I think it's safe to say that Kristen Bell helped out with a pretty epic promposal. So in honor of that, we've been wanting to know if you could go back in time, which celeb would you want to go to prom with? Jody and Debbie both say Brad Pitt. A good choice there. James says he'd go with Kristen Bell. Laura says, I'd take Aaron Rodgers to prom. What? Someone's got to get the poor guy out of the house. Very true. He's single now, apparently. Michael says he'd want to take me to prom. I'm flattered. Hey, I would consider it. I would love to go back to prom. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to tune in Monday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern for another show. Book of Mormon star and 2017 Tony nominee Andrew Rannells is dishing on Lena Dunham and the final season of HBO's Girls. Plus, Theo Rossi is talking his new show Lowriders and what it's like being on set with Eva Longoria. Really excited for that. Thanks for watching, and for now we leave you with one last thing from Girlboss star Britt Robertson. Enjoy. Have a good weekend.
Hi, I'm Britt Robertson, and this is One Last Thing. The last song stuck in my head was Neo, So Sick of my song.
So tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here.
I'm a really good singer. The last time I felt like a girl boss in my own life was during the 2015 World Series. I was working on a film and I had to make it to the last, what could have been the possible last game for the Mets
Game 5, and I flew into New York, went to the game, and then hired a private jet to swing me back to work after they lost desperately. But I felt like a real girl boss in that moment because I had the opportunity to hire a private plane, and I stepped back on that plane fresh as a daisy, like nobody even said a thing. So the last time I was starstruck was when I went to a Mets game yesterday and I saw Jacob deGrom up close. He's my favorite Mets pitcher, and I think he's just the best, and he has such good hair.
Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more people now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.